Once a powerful and influential figure, Joni Lamb is now 65 years old, and her current way of life is nothing short of heartbreaking. What happened to Joni? Let's take a close look at her journey and how her story took a difficult turn as she entered her later years. The truth is more emotional than anyone could have imagined. Her early life was shaped by a strong foundation of faith and family, which became the cornerstones of her character. Beyond the public persona, however, lies a woman struggling with profound challenges, both personal and professional. She was born in the United States in the 1960s and was raised in a Christian home where she was taught the importance of hard work, integrity, and compassion from an early age. Her father was a preacher, and his commitment to sharing the gospel had a significant impact on Joni from the time she could comprehend. Her mother was equally influential, providing a loving yet disciplined environment that helped to hold Joni into the strong woman she would eventually become. Despite having a strong religious foundation, her family was not immune to life's hardships, including financial difficulties, personal hardships, and the emotional toll of her mother's illness. However, it was because of these adversities that Joni learned some of her most important lessons. Her mother's illness in particular marked a turning point in her life because she witnessed how her mother handled her own difficulties with grace and patience, setting an example for Joni that taught her the value of tenacity and, most importantly, the power of empathy. From an early age, Joni developed a strong sense of compassion for others that would later serve her well in her career in ministry. Despite the challenges, Joni's faith remained unwavering as a child. She found solace in her belief in God, and it was this faith that gave her the strength to overcome the challenges she faced. Her faith wasn't just something she kept for herself. It became a guiding principle for everything she did, whether at home or at school. Her childhood was not without its ups and downs, but Joni's unwavering belief in the power of faith and the importance of service to others defined her actions and downs. But it was these early years that gave Joni a sense of resilience and purpose. Rather than allowing the challenges to define her, she used them to strengthen her resolve to change the world. Joni Lamb's early life was a tale of tenacity, and it prepared her to become a strong woman who was devoted to her faith and to sharing messages of love and hope with others. Although her life had already been firmly anchored in her family and faith, it was in the field of Christian broadcasting that she would really make a difference. Joni's career began in the heart of ministry, working alongside her husband Marcus Lamb at Daystar Television Network, a global Christian network that has grown to be one of the largest and most influential in the world. Though she didn't come from a background of media elites and didn't have the typical glamorous entry into the industry, her journey into the world of Christian television was shaped by her unwavering faith, her family's commitment to spreading God's word, and her personal desire to make a difference in the world. They wanted Daystar to be more than just a television network. They wanted it to be a movement where people could connect with God and each other through powerful programming. Their first major breakthrough came with the launch of Joni Table Talk, a show that would become one of Daystar's flagship programs. On this show, Joni hosted conversations with a diverse range of guests, including religious leaders, regular people with extraordinary stories, and experts, and Joni Table Talk was an immediate success because of her natural warmth, compassion, and ability to connect with people. Her authenticity and ability to make even the most difficult or complex topics feel approachable and personal drew viewers in. It wasn't just about spreading Christian messages, it was also about creating a space for community, conversation, and connection. One of the reasons Joni Table Talk struck such a deep chord with audiences was because of her personal story. She wasn't just a television host. She was a person who had experienced heartbreak and personal challenges, and her canter about her own experiences helped her establish a deeper connection with her audience. She talked about her faith, the value of family, and how to deal with life's ups and downs with God's help. Rather than just lecturing, she invited people to engage in a conversation about faith, love, and healing. As Daystar grew, so did Joni's influence. She was no longer just a host, but also a leader, mentor, and role model for viewers and other women in the industry. She was also one of the few women in the Christian television industry to hold such a prominent role, and she took that responsibility seriously. As the co-founder of Daystar, Joni frequently discussed the difficulties faced by women in a male-dominated field, but she never let those difficulties stop her from using her platform to support other women in ministry, encouraging them to assume leadership positions and use their gifts to change the world. Her message was clear. Women had the same right to lead in ministry and broadcasting as men, and they could have a big impact on the Christian community. Crucial in determining the network's course and ensuring that it stayed true to its purpose of sharing the gospel and assisting individuals in their spiritual development. She collaborated closely with Marcus to create and refine the network's programming, ensuring that every show, message, and piece of content matched their shared vision of faith, hope, and healing. Joni's commitment to Daystar was not only professional but also intensely personal. She was passionate about the network's mission and thought it had the capacity to transform lives. To her, Daystar wasn't just a business, it was a ministry and a means of sharing God's word. Over the years, Daystar grew to become one of the largest Christian television networks in the world, reaching millions of households worldwide. The network's expansion was a testament to the hard work, dedication, and vision of Joni and Marcus. Daystar and not only reached a national audience, but also became a global platform for Christian programming that impacted people from all walks of life, from all corners of the world. Her heart was in everything she did for the network, from the content of the programs to the way the staff was treated. Beyond Joni Table Talk, the Lamb's vision of using television as a tool for ministry and outreach had come to pass. Her influence was felt in other areas of Christian media as she participated in conferences, events, and speaking engagements where she shared her story, her passion for ministry, and her vision for Christian broadcasting. She became a sought-after speaker at women's conferences and other Christian events where her message of empowerment, hope, and faith struck a deep chord with audiences. Joni also wrote books to share her knowledge and counsel with a larger audience. Her books were a natural fit. Despite her success, Joni never lost sight of what really mattered: her faith, her family, and her commitment to serving others. She frequently spoke about the importance of staying connected to God and remembering that everything she did was for His glory. Her faith was the foundation of her career, and it was evident in everything she did as Daystar. Her writing was an extension of her voice on television, personal, engaging, and deeply rooted in her faith. She used her writing to connect with people on a different level, offering guidance and encouragement to those going through difficult times or seeking spiritual growth. Continued to grow, so did Joni's influence. She became a prominent figure in Christian media, not only because of her work with Daystar, but also because of the example she set as a woman in ministry, demonstrating that it was possible to have a successful career while adhering to one's faith and values. She also showed the power of love and partnership, particularly in her work alongside Marcus, whose relationship, both personal and professional, served as the foundation for Daystar's success. Joni Lamb's career is an incredible tale of faith, hard work, and perseverance. She not only established a television career, but also left a lasting legacy. As one of the most well-known figures in Christian television, Joni Lamb's life has been nothing short of extraordinary, but it hasn't been without its share of difficulties. She has faced obstacles in both her personal and professional life that have shaped who she is today. Her dedication to sharing the gospel and empowering others continues to inspire millions of people worldwide. Her career is a testament to the power of faith and the difference one person can make when they are driven by a deep sense of purpose and a desire to serve others. Growing up in a faith-centered home, she learned the value of hard work, perseverance, and faith at a young age, but this didn't protect her from the hardships that many children face. Her family faced financial difficulties, and the strain of her mother's illness took an emotional toll on the family. Joni had to face the realities of life from a young age, something that many people are not prepared for, especially at such a young age. But it was these struggles that gave her the resilience, faith, and the strength to overcome adversity. The values instilled in her by her father, a preacher who firmly rooted his teachings in the principles of faith and integrity, remained central to everything that Joni would do throughout her life. She grew up understanding the importance of compassion and service, values that became a cornerstone of her life as she grew older. Despite these challenges, Joni's faith remained a guiding force throughout her life. Instead of letting adversity break her, she used it as motivation to keep going and create a future that was built on hope, faith, and the belief that she could make a difference in the world. Childhood taught her to be resilient and to rely on her faith when things got tough. This inner strength helped Joni deal with the personal and professional challenges that she would face as an adult. One of the first major challenges Joni faced in her adult life was when she and her husband, Marcus Lamb, decided to start Daystar television network. Daystar would go on to become one of the most influential Christian networks in the world, but the road to success wasn't easy. Starting a global Christian television network from scratch meant facing numerous obstacles, including financial difficulties, technical difficulties, and due to the overwhelming challenges of starting something from scratch, many people questioned their ability to succeed. However, despite the odds against them, Joni and Marcus persisted because they shared a passion for sharing the gospel and giving Christian programming a platform that could reach millions of people worldwide. Daystar gradually started to develop into the strong network it is today, but the difficulties didn't stop there. As Daystar grew, so did the responsibilities that came with running a business. Being the co-founder and host of Joni Table Talk, a global television network, meant that in addition to managing a team of employees, she was also interacting personally with millions of viewers. This required a significant amount of time, energy, and emotional investment, but as someone who was passionate about her work, juggling the demands of a high-profile career with her personal life was no easy task. At times, the strain of juggling work and family life became unbearable, but despite this, Joni never wavered in her commitment to her family and her faith. The public scrutiny that comes with being in the spotlight as one of the most well-known figures in Christian television meant that Joni's life was constantly under scrutiny. People would speculate about her personal life, marriage, and even her health. The pressure of maintaining a public image while dealing with the normal challenges that come with being a wife and mother was immense. However, Joni handled the challenges of motherhood and a demanding career with grace, determined to give her children the best life possible while continuing to pursue her professional ambitions. However, despite these pressures, Joni's faith remained unwavering. She openly discussed the difficulties she faced in her career and personal life, and how faith played a central role in helping her navigate these difficulties. It was this openness that made her a beloved figure in the Christian community, because her authenticity resonated with people who saw in her not just a successful television host, but someone who was grounded even when the weight of public opinion and personal struggles seemed too much to bear. The loss of her husband, Marcus Lamb, who was not only her life partner but also her co-founder in building Daystar, shocked both Joni's personal life and the ministry they had built together. The loss of Marcus was not only a blow to her heart but also to the foundation of Daystar itself. The couple had built the network together, and Marcus had been a driving force behind its success. This was one of the most heartbreaking challenges Joni had to deal with in recent years. Not only was it difficult to deal with the loss of her husband, but she also had to figure out how to continue the work they had begun without him. Despite the intense pain of losing her husband and partner, Joni had the strength and fortitude to face the hardship of losing Marcus with the same unwavering faith that had carried her through the other struggles in her life. She relied on her family, her faith, and the support of the Daystar community to get her through the grief. She also made sure to continue their work at Daystar, knowing that Marcus's legacy would endure through the ministry they had established together. Her life has been filled with personal loss, professional struggles, and the demands of juggling work and family obligations. But despite all of this, Joni Lamb has remained a beacon of strength and resilience. Her faith, her family, and her dedication to her mission have helped her face each challenge head-on. Her journey is a testament to the strength that comes from leaning on those you love when life gets tough. She had to continue their shared mission, and she did so with courage, strength, and a deep sense of purpose. Also became a symbol of unwavering faith and love, demonstrating to the world that anything is possible with strength and resilience. In addition to the global Christian television network she helped create, and the innumerable lives she has impacted through her ministry, Joni Lamb's legacy is defined by her unwavering faith, her support of women in ministry, and her commitment to spreading messages of hope, faith, and love. It is a tale of compassion, tenacity, and an unwavering commitment to serving others that continues to inspire and influence the Christian broadcasting industry and beyond. Daystar's success is a direct result of her dedication to their mission from the start. From the start, she had a clear understanding of the power of media and its potential to change lives with a combination of strategic thinking and deep understanding. She co-founded the Daystar television network with her husband Marcus Lamb, and together they built a platform that allowed Christian programming to reach millions of people worldwide. Their shared vision was not just about creating a television network but about making a difference in viewers' lives by spreading the message of God's love and teachings. Faith and a sincere love for people helped Daystar become one of the biggest Christian networks in the world. Daystar's success was not just a career accomplishment for Joni, it was evidence of her commitment to sharing the gospel and serving God. She wasn't just a host, she was the face of Daystar, using her platform to connect with viewers, share inspirational stories, and address significant spiritual and social issues. Her show Joni Table Talk became a mainstay of the network, giving viewers a place where she could interact with people from all walks of life. Clipboard could hear from spiritual leaders, activists, and regular people about overcoming hardship, finding hope in the darkest moments, and leading a life based on faith. However, Joni's influence extended beyond television. She became a well-known figure in the Christian community, renowned for her commitment to helping women in leadership and ministry, in a world where women are still fighting to break down barriers in many different fields. Joni was a trailblazer, demonstrating that it was possible for women to rise to powerful roles in Christian broadcasting, and her example has encouraged countless women to follow their own calling, whether it be in ministry, media, or other fields, and has cleared the path for the next generation of female church leaders.
Joni has frequently talked about the difficulties she encountered as a woman in a male-dominated field, and how she made it a point to mentor young women, encouraging them to pursue their goals and have faith in God's plan for their lives. Her dedication to empowering women and giving them a voice has had a significant influence on Christian television. Joni's work has contributed to changing the way women are portrayed in the Christian ministry space by ensuring that their voices are heard and their stories are shared, by tearing down barriers and creating opportunities for other women. Joni has made a lasting impression on the Christian media industry and has come to represent women's empowerment globally. In addition to her career in media, Joni has left a legacy through her philanthropy. Throughout her life, she has devoted a significant portion of her time and resources to charitable causes, supporting children in need and raising awareness of global issues. Her charitable work reflects her deep compassion for others and her belief in helping others. One of the most enduring aspects of Joni Lamb's legacy is her unwavering faith. She has always remained grounded in her beliefs, even in the face of personal and professional challenges, and her faith has been the guiding force in everything she does. Through her work, Joni has demonstrated that faith is not just something that can be discussed, but that it must be lived out every day. That is why it is important to give back and make a difference in the world, whether through direct contributions or by using her platform to raise awareness. Through her work on television, her involvement in ministry, and her advocacy for women, Joni has demonstrated that it is possible to bring about significant change in the world one step at a time. Her legacy serves as a reminder that with hard work and dedication, one can achieve great things. Today, she has been an example to others of what it means to trust in God, to rely on Him in times of struggle, and to remain steadfast in one's purpose. Her influence goes far beyond the Christian broadcasting community. The belief that everything is possible